At what age did you make your first crore?
I was 23 years old.
आज की डेट में ना अगर कोई 24-25 साल का बंदा है एंड दे मेक लेट्स से 25,000 रुपीज पर मंथ बट उन्हें एक करोड़पति बनना है कि वो कैसे अचीव कर सकते हैं?
How I particularly made my money was I am managing director of Green Check Shop. It looks easy to have a 3 crore car, 100 crore house, but the thing is that it's not easy.
Give me 3 insights कि दिल्ली में धंधा बनाने में क्या लगता है?
Hard work, passion, persistence.
Tell me 3 factors जिन पे डिपेंड करता है how much money a young person will make.
2 people that are role models to this are Cristiano Ronaldo and Virat Kohli. He has all the money in the world, but he still plays because that's his passion.
What's the most expensive thing you own?
Probably
How can a 24-year-old make their first 1 crore as fast as possible?
between the age of 20, 21 to the age of 25, you realize
जपनीत आज की डेट में ना अगर कोई 24-25 साल का बंदा है एंड दे मेक लेट्स से 25,000 रुपीज़ पर मंथ बट उन्हें एक करोड़पति बनना है राइट तो फ्रॉम योर एक्सपीरियंस फ्रॉम योर जर्नी मुझे उन्हें इंस्पायर करना है मुझे उन्हें गाइड करना है कि वो कैसे अचीव कर सकते हैं सो आई वॉन्ट कि हमारे आज की बातचीत से दे गेट अ स्टेप बाय स्टेप गाइड अ प्रोसेस जिसको फॉलो करके वो अपना खुद का एक बिजनेस स्टार्ट कर सकते हैं एंड स्केल कर सकते हैं टू वॉट एवर दे वॉन्ट टू. So if I could ask you, at what age did you make your first crore?
I was 23 years old.
Okay.
I was 23 years old that time. So that this was like probably 2 to 3 years into the business when I actually made my own like first crore. It wasn't like at once, but it took a while, and I was 23 years old that time when I genuinely.
And what did you learn from that first 1 crore?
So basically, what I feel is that it's not easy, even though people like I had the background of like a business family that was running the business properly that time. I got into the expansion of, so basically at that time how I particularly made my money was that initially a lot of distributors from different companies were supplying all the third party products to my outlet. So I decided to get into the distribution bit of the business, and I started purchasing all of these products, third party products that we didn't process, like the veg products and sauces and all of these products. I started buying them in bulk and started supplying it to my retail outlets. So that's how I made my money particularly, because that's how like I could integrate myself into the business and learn about the business by running my own company and my own distribution. That helped me learn more and more about distribution, helped me learn more and more about the margins of the business, about more and more about how purchasing is more important than the actual sales. If you can purchase at the best price, you can easily sell at the best price, because to run any business, like any product business especially, you need to focus more and more on the purchase side of the business. Because if, for instance, I purchase something at the cheapest price, I can then sell it at the cheapest price, and then the sales will naturally come. Like I'll naturally grow my sales. Like it's not gonna be that hard. But if you just focus on the sales and you don't care about the purchase, you don't care about the expenses onto the selling part of the business, then you won't ever be successful. Like you won't ever be able to profitably run a business. So that was the main thing that I genuinely thought about when I started like my journey into the processed food line of the business.
जपनीत करेक्ट मी इफ आई एम रॉन्ग बट बहुत लोग आज का ये पॉडकास्ट सुन के दे माइट फील कि यू आर लकी बिकॉज यू कम फ्रॉम अ बिजनेस फैमिली, आपको ऑलरेडी वो बैकिंग था, वो रिस्किंग एपेटाइट था कि यू कुड टेक दैट रिस्क. सो आपका क्या कहना है कि यार डिड दैट हेल्प यू? डू यू फील योर सेल्फ टू बी लकी इन दैट एस्पेक्ट?
See, when you look into the history of the business families, 70% of second generations lose all the wealth, and 90% of the third generations lose all the wealth in business. So even if you're lucky to be coming from a affluent background, you still need to work. You still need to be passionate enough to run the business. Like when I joined the business, I was actually, my main focus was not making money. My main focus was to passionately run the business, so that if I'm not interested in what my family does, I just care about the money, I won't ever be like able to run the business in a successful way, or in a, what do you call, in a way where I'm actually caring about the company more than my personal self or my personal life. Like today, even so, today I have all the records of the customer feedbacks that I get at all my outlets. I have the records of each and every, what do you call, like negative feedback that I have from the customers, and I look into it, and I try with, wherever there's a big concern, I try to communicate with the customer myself. Like I am available for the business 24/7. Even if I get a call at 3 a.m. from my processing team or my sales team or my outlet, I would pick it up and take the action whatever is required that time, that second. Like it's not going to be like something that I like. If I wasn't passionate enough about the business, I would just like sit in the office, do nothing, and just like get the salary whatever my family would give me at that particular time. So you need to have that passion to run any business, any corporation, and if you're not passionate enough, you will eventually lose interest. Like it's been now 7 years since I've been working in my family business, and every single day it feels like a new opportunity to do something new in the business, to do something that will make the company go ahead, that will make the company grow. Like introducing different product lines, introducing, like opening new outlets. Each and every outlet that we open at whichever part of the country, I try to visit that outlet myself. I try to coordinate with all the franchisee owners that are opening that outlet, or if it's a corporate outlet, I go myself and look into the construction of the outlet, what equipment is being placed in the outlet, and how that outlet is can even be better than the last one that I like made, like for the company. So each and every outlet is like a new opportunity, is like a new experience. So you need to have that passion to run any business. If you don't have that passion, your affluent background is not going to help you, because eventually you won't be interested to run the business. Right. So you need to have that passion. You need to have that mindset that okay, whatever I'm doing it for the company, not for myself. You need to put the company first and not yourself. So it's not always about the money. Like you need to have passion. Like passion overtake. Like you need the passion and the hard work, and passion brings the hard work. Like you're doing a podcast right now, you're passionate about this podcast. If you're not passionate about what you're doing, and you're just doing it for the sake of it, you will lose interest after 1 year, 6 months, 2 years. Whenever you lose interest, you lose interest.
Going deep into passion, Japneet, आजकल passion can be about two things. For example, let's say I'm passionate about tech, या फिर travel, या फिर let's say food. एक पैशन होता है पैसा कमाने का. अगर किसी को पैसा कमाने का पैशन है, तो can they acquire the passion for that business as well then?
See, it depends. So if you are passionate about making money, you can use your hard work to basically earn money in whichever field you're getting into. Okay, like let's say you are passionate about tech, you're passionate about, let's say, even if you're an influencer, you're passionate about making those reels and putting it online, you will make money. But what it comes down to is what your final goal is. Is it what, like for example, if you're doing this podcast right now, is your final goal to be the biggest like podcaster in India, or is your goal just to just make money and live the life that you're living. So it depends on what your end goal is, what you want to do, and how you want to do it. So all of these things matter more than your actual financial like part of anything you do.
टेल मी 3 फैक्टर्स जिन पे डिपेंड करता है हाउ मच मनी अ यंग पर्सन विल मेक.
So hard work, passion, and persistence. Persistence is for how long are you able to do what you're doing without losing hope, without losing your without losing your head. Like for instance, if you're persistent about doing anything that you're doing over and over again for years, you will improve. Like I'm like, for me, like two people that are role models to this are Cristiano Ronaldo and Virat Kohli. They've been playing the sport for years. They are okay. Like Cristiano is 40 and he's still scoring goals. He's still playing because he knows that okay, yeah, like he is passionate about being the best and in the field that he's in, and like he's not stopping what he's doing. He has all the money in the world. He can today stop playing football, sit at home, relax, eat whatever he wants to. He can stop working out. He can literally, he has a chain of hotels. He has a brand CR7. He has everything that he can get, like all the money in the world. So but he still plays because that's his passion. He's persistent about what he's doing, and he obviously the hard work, like he trains every day, he eats well every day. It's not like he's gonna go eat burgers every day and not think about his health, because then that will affect his game. Like, so all of these things, these three factors actually are very important on how successful you're going to be in life. Not only hard work, not only passion. There are a lot of passionate people that are not successful. There are a lot of hardworking people that are not as successful as the people who are persistent. But if you have all these three things inside your head or inside your mind, then you'll be successful in whatever you do in your life. Like whatever.
आई थिंक बंदे में एक आग होनी चाहिए कि लेगेसी क्रिएट करनी है. इस दुनिया में आए हैं तो कुछ पीछे छोड़ के जाना है. तभी आप उतनी मेहनत करते हो, तभी आप बस सब कुछ छोड़ के सिर्फ एक गोल पे ध्यान रखते हो. जब आपको वो दिख रहा है कि मुझे तो वहाँ ही पहुँचना है, मुझे तो वही हासिल करना है, उसके पीछे कुछ भी आया, आई विल नॉट रेस्ट. आई थिंक वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट फैक्टर है जो वी मिस आउट व्हेन वी आर मेकिंग आवर गोल्स एंड जस्ट मटीरियल गोल्स. व्हेन वी फोकस ऑन कि हमें ये गाड़ी लेनी है, वो पैसे कमाने, राइट. बट अगर हमारा गोल ही उन सबसे बड़ा है कि बी द बेस्ट इन द वर्ल्ड, बी द बेस्ट पॉडकास्टर, बी द बेस्ट रिटेल चेन, so we'll not stop, right?
Yeah, because money should be, see, money is important. I'm not going to say that money is not important. If you don't have the money, you should still do what you're doing. Money is important, of course, but your end goal shouldn't be just money, because if you'll run after money, you maybe after a while you'll feel miserable about your life. But if you're passionate about what you're doing and you keep on doing it every single day, you will be successful in whatever you're doing, no matter how much money you make. But you'll be happy. You will be happily doing what you're doing. Like today, when I go to my processing unit or I go to my outlet, I stay there because I want to stay there, not because I have to stay there. That's the difference. If I wasn't passionate about what I was doing and I just cared about money, I'd go to my processing unit because I have to be there, not because I want to be there. So this difference between have and want is what makes the difference, because I want to have the biggest meat retail chain in the country, and for that I will have to be persistent. I will have to have that passion of improving my operations, improving my products, improving my product line every single day. And that's how I can, as a person, grow, like in terms of money, in terms of improving my brand, in terms of everything like that is associated with the company. So passion, persistence, and hard work are three things that can make anyone successful. But running after money shouldn't be the end goal ever, like, because after a point you'll get tired. Like you'll be like, okay, I have all the money but I'm not happy. Like I have the money but I'm not happy with what I'm doing with my life, and then you lose interest.
करेक्ट मी इफ आई एम रॉन्ग, मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि होता क्या है, ग्रोइंग अप व्हेन वी आर इन स्कूल्स कॉलेजेस एज 20 ईयर ओल्ड्स, हमें गाड़ियाँ दिखती हैं, घड़ियाँ दिखती हैं, राइट, वो फ्लैशी चीज़ें दिखती हैं, तो हमारे लिए सक्सेस बन जाती है वो एक पैसा या वो पर्टिकुलर गाड़ी या पर्टिकुलर कोई भी एक अचीवमेंट। हम ये भूल जाते हैं कि यार अल्टीमेटली यू हैव टू फोकस ऑन वन पर्टिकुलर गोल ऑफ योर लाइफ, एंड वो अचीव हो सकता है जस्ट थ्रू sheer पैशन, थ्रू sheer डेडिकेशन, राइट।
Yeah. So dedication and passion. So the thing is that जब आप देखते हैं कि ओ फ्लैशी कार्स, फ्लैशी घर, फ्लैशी घड़ियाँ, when you look into these things, you have this, okay, you have this fascination inside yourself that I want this, I want to have this car, I want to have this house, I want to have this watch, I want to buy these brands. But the problem is that in the long run, we are working for those things, we are not working for ourselves. Okay, and that's how, like, companies fail, that's how your you fail in your profession, because when you do not get you do not get compensated with how much you're working, you will stop and you will do something new, and you will switch your career, you will switch whatever you're passionate about. But when you love what you're doing, when you're doing it with your, like, your 100% of your brain and 100% of your heart into whatever you're doing, then you will be successful and you will be the best. You need to tell yourself every day that, oh, I'm the best and I need to be the best. You need to basically tell yourself that I need to be the best and I love what I'm doing, but I need to be the best in what I'm doing, no matter what it is. It can be podcasting, it can be acting, it can be running a store, like anything.
ऑल्सो वट आई फील, इसकी जब तक ये समझ आती है तब तक बहुत लेट हो चुका होता है. सो आई वॉन्ट टू आस्क यू कि फॉर अ बॉय हु वॉज ड्रीमिंग ऑफ बाइंग दैट पर्टिकुलर लेट्स से 3 करोड़ रुपये कार, टू हैविंग दैट रियलाइजेशन कि यार उस गाड़ी में कुछ नहीं रखा है, मेरा जो वो अल्टीमेट गोल है मुझे वहाँ भागना है, तो वो ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन फ्रॉम बॉय टू मैन, उसमें और क्या क्या फैक्टर्स होते हैं जो वो बंदा सीखता है अपनी लाइफ में.
So ये transition आता है right after college, when you get out of college, when you get into the real world, you know that, oh, like, you do not have that comfort of your friends, you do not have that comfort of your family. Like, you are in the real world, you need to deal with your own career path that you're, like, because see, like, you cannot, okay, you can get money in, you can inherit money, but you cannot inherit knowledge. So if, for instance, your father or your parents are successful, you can inherit the money from them, but the knowledge you need to gain it by yourself. Like, you can learn from them, you can learn from other people, you can learn from different businessmen, like, you can learn from different people in your life, but you need to gain that knowledge yourself in whatever field you're in. So then you realize that world is not an easy place. Like, you are alone here and you need to do whatever you're doing and in whatever field you're in, and you need to be successful by yourself, by your hard work, by your what do you call passionate thing, by your passion, by your hard work. And that's how you grow up. So between the age of 21 to the age of 25, you realize that all of these superficial things are something that you will in the long run get, like, but you need to by yourself work hard for these things so that you can be successful and get them, right? And if today you do not get these things, but you get these things after 10 years, because see, in this world of social media, everything looks easy. It looks easy to have a 3 crore car, it looks easy to have a 100 crore house, but the thing is that it's not easy. Like, even when I was a kid, I used to feel, oh, it's so easy because my father did it, I can do the same thing by myself. But it's not that easy. He has given 50 years, 45 to 50 years of his life building a business. For him, his work is his life. all the rest of the other things are secondary, like they're not primary. His work is his life. Like he when I talk to him about like, oh, retiring and how do people retire in India, what's the concept of retiring in India, he said you do not retire from your life. Like you are actually gonna work every day if you love what you're doing. Like retiring is not a way out. Like if I love what I'm doing, I would want to do it till the day I'm like living, till the day I'm functioning, till the day I'm doing it, like till the day I'm walking, till the day I can like work. I will do it every single day because I love what I'm doing.
Okay, so let's talk about Green Chick Chop. तो Green Chick Chop ये नाम कैसे पड़ा?
So our first outlet that was opened was in Green Park. So because that was our first outlet, and that time a Green Delhi movement, Green Park, and our first outlet was Green Park. So that's how we thought. My father thought of the name Green Chick Chop. So my grandfather was already into retail. He had his outlet in Vasant Vihar. It's still there and running from the same name. He had the outlet by the name of Jarnail Chick Chop. So we still run that outlet under the name Jarnail Chick Chop, even though there's a board of Green Chick Chop there because of like the products that we sell there. But when my father opened his outlet in Green Park, so that time like probably he was what, 19, 20 years old. He named it Green Chick Chop.
Comfortable sharing, Japneet, how much revenue does Green Chick Chop do annually?
So this is like a figure that is very complicated to like even explain because we have different verticals in the business. We have a processing vertical, we have a retail vertical because we also are into franchising. We also have a B2B business vertical, and all of these revenues are done in separate entities. So it's very hard to like tell you the exact figure, but I would like, it's easy to say that it's over 100 crores annually. But it's divided into separate entities, so the ballpark figure is.
What's the biggest percentage? Which vertical?
So the retail vertical has the biggest percentage. The retail vertical is around 60% of revenue. Okay. Then B2B and institutional is.
And retail is your frozen meats that you sell.
So what we do is we have a processing unit. We process all the products that are sold at Green Chick Chop outlets. So we process like from like our processed meat products like chicken, ham, chicken salamis to like our heat and eat products. Everything is processed by our processing unit and sold to the outlets. So that is our processing vertical. Okay. But we also, along with this, process for like B2B clients like hotels, restaurants, like the Horeca division, we also process for them. So the retail division, I'm talking about the processing bit of it. The retail division accounts to 65% of the business, and the Horeca division is 35% of the business. But then again, after the processing unit processes for the retail division, the retail sales are different, right? Because the processing unit sells the product at a particular price to the retailer, the Green Chick Chop retail outlets that we have, and then they sell those products at the MRP that is prescribed by us. So that revenue is going to be different. This revenue is going to be different. And then like our Horeca revenue is going to be different. And so it's a little like because we have everything backward integrated from the purchase to the processing to the retailing and distribution. So it's like it's not done by one entity, it's done by multiple entities. We have different entities for the retail side of the business, we have different entity for distribution, we have different entity for processing, like the factory that we have, and we have like a different entity for the raw meats that are procured.
And you're primarily in Delhi-NCR.
So we are like mainly, we have around 107 outlets in Delhi NCR. We have a few outside. We have an outlet like in Agra, Kanpur, like I told you before. We are expanding to different parts of India. We are opening an outlet in Dehradun next month. So, like, we are expanding to places outside Delhi NCR. But right now, majorly we have outlets in Delhi, Ghaziabad, Faridabad, Noida, Greater Noida, Gurgaon, and like all the parts of NCR.
गिव मी 3 insights कि दिल्ली में धंधा बनाने में क्या लगता है.
There's a lot of हार्ड वर्क. सबसे ज़्यादा तो मेहनत लगती है बिकॉज यहाँ पर इट्स नॉट रियली ईजी बिकॉज इट्स अ मेट्रोपॉलिटन सिटी. ऑल द रेंट्स आर क्रेजी, ऑल द लाइसेंसिंग इज लाइक सुपर एक्सपेंसिव एंड बहुत ज़्यादा मतलब चीज़ें चाहिए होती हैं. मतलब पहले तो यू नीड टू फाइंड the right business that you want to build in Delhi NCR, and knowing the fact that the rent is very high, knowing the fact that the commercial real estate in Delhi is very expensive, so the initial investment is going to be more than the tier 2 cities or the tier 3 cities. And then after you get the product market fit, after you start doing the sales, there are a lot of other factors also, like especially in our business, like when you talk about meat retail, there are like multiple licenses. You need a health license, you need a veterinary license, you need a food safety license, these three license, and plus you need to train. So there's a food safety training that is done at each and every outlet by the food safety department periodically. I think it's valid for 2 years. So that has to be done. So there's a lot of regulation. There is a lot of licensing to start any business in Delhi. So usually like the businesses that are built in tier 1 are easy to like expand in tier 2 because of the tier 1, like the market in tier 2 knows what the brands are. It's very hard to build a brand in tier 1 cities, but when you build a brand in tier 1 cities, it's easy to expand to tier 2 cities because of course the people that are living in, let's say, Lucknow today have come to Delhi like sometime or the other in their lives. They've visited Delhi. So जब आप tier 1 में business like बनाते हैं, it's a lot more like you spend a lot more money on everything, on marketing, on the leasing of commercial real estate, on building whatever store or whatever unit that you're planning to like build, and then selling is also a big, like, because you need to know what market you're catering to. You're catering to the mass market, you're catering to the mass premium market, or you're catering to the premium market. So all of these things have to be taken into account when you're building a brand in tier 1 city or you're building a business in tier 1 city. So the thing is that if you want the volumes, you go for the mass market. If you want the profits, you go to the mass premium market.
Right. Also, how do you stay focused? Because business में उतार चढ़ाव तो आते रहते हैं. So as a youngster who is starting everything from scratch, how do you stay focused on your goal?
So you need to, so I think that like you need to have the right, like, what do you call, mental and physical health to run a business efficiently. So I try to work out. I try to work out physically, and I try to meditate. I try to do yoga at times. So all of these things are like very, very important so that your mind stays calm and you make the right decisions. And impulsive decisions are something which is very, very wrong for any business. Like if you make impulsive decisions, they might turn out right at times, but usually they are not the right decisions. So you need a calm mind. You need the right, what do you call, headspace to run any business.
Tell me, what's the secret to building a brand that lasts decades?
So you need to evolve with time. You need to know how to, for instance, like a few years back, there were in India itself, there were not a lot of stores that were selling jeans. And there were not a lot of Indian brands that were selling like jeans. To now, how the trend of jeans has overtaken the trend of like pants or the trend of like what people used to wear in the old days. So the brands that pivot during this transition time are the brands that survive. So like for example, I know for a fact that in today's date, the customer is a very like the wellness industry is growing, the customers are getting more and more health conscious. So I am building products that are basically gonna help the health conscious customers to basically enjoy all the products that I sell. Like 10-20 years back, I was selling products like my highest selling products were like chicken nuggets, chicken sausages. To today, when my highest selling products are like chicken breasts. Like I have these chicken breasts that have a particular protein content, that have 250 grams of chicken breast in each and every packaging, because I know how the trend is changing, how customers are getting more and more health conscious. I know how the wellness industry is growing. I know how the eating trend is changing. Like a few years back, only the Indian spices and Indian flavored products were the products that used to do well. Now we need more westernized products. We need more products that is gonna suit the palate of the Gen Z Indian or the new generations that are coming up, because they do not want to eat the same thing every day. They do not want the basic Indian spices and basic Indian food every day. They want new flavors. They want to explore new products. So you need to evolve with time. No matter what business you're doing, you can be a, a retailer of fashion clothes, but you need to evolve with the fashion that is in trend. Like if the trend is oversized and you're selling skinny fit, no one's gonna buy from you. You need to evolve with time.
Japneet, what's the most expensive thing you own?
Um, hmm, Probably my car.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which car and how much does it cost?
I have a Range Rover Defender.
Okay. Do you like cars?
I love cars.
What all other cars do you have?
So I have a Range Rover Sport. I have a Range Rover Defender, and I have a Range Rover Evoque. I'm a Range Rover guy. So yeah.
Awesome. So finally, Japneet, the last two questions I have for you are for any 24-year-old who wants to make money. So the first question is, how can a 24-year-old make their first 1 crore as fast as possible?
So I think that, see, like there are no shortcuts to hard work. So like they need to see what industry they want to get into. How so see, the thing is that there a lot of people say, like I recently met a person. So the boring businesses are the ones where you make the most amount of money. So I recently met someone at a party. So that person told me, I make buttons, like the buttons that you have on the t-shirts and like the jeans. And that person does a revenue of more than 200 crores just by selling buttons. And it's not a very passion driven business, or it's not a business where you'd be like, okay, like how can someone be interested like in making buttons, because it's not like a passionate business. It's not like a business where you need to aggressively market yourself. It's a B2B business. Okay, not very high margins but very high volumes. You work with big brands, you have your set clientele, you basically do you. And that person is doing amazing. He's selling to Zudio, which is like a Tata brand. He's selling to a lot of other brands as well. But it's not a passion driven business. So the most amount of money is made in businesses that are not passion driven. But if you want to hold yourself in the long run, then you go for something that you're passionate about. And then of course you need to do your research. You need to focus on what you'd like to do with your life, and do you want to continue that for the rest of your life. Like for example, if there is a 24-year-old that is interested in, that loves coffee, is very passionate about coffee, wants to open a coffee shop. Now that also has a lot of different, like like you, a coffee shop is like, you can open a high end boutique coffee shop where you have the food also, where you have freshly baked bakery products also, where you have like 100% Arabica coffee beans being roasted in front of you, being grinded, and then the espresso shots are in an Italian coffee machine coming out in front of you, and then you have a basic coffee shop where like okay the product is high quality, but like the product is high quality but not a lot of food offerings are there. It's just like a basic coffee place. It's not as expensive as the boutique one that you have. And then you get into like the basic, then you get into the depth of the coffee that you're selling and the pricing that you're selling it on. And then the third line of coffee shops is like a basic cafe. Like you are selling like a probably not as high quality coffee, but you're selling like a cheap coffee to the mass market. You're not you're working with the you're working for the masses. You're not working to sell like a product that is super expensive, and you just want to do like high sales, and you don't want to spend aggressively on marketing. You don't want to spend aggressively on the interiors, and then you can also get into like packaging and selling beans and like coffee related products like coffee cups, coffee like brewing machines, coffee like that mocha pots that you have, and then like the French press that you have. So you can work on these products also. Depends on what you want to do with your life. But in today's world, like what I feel is that people are moving more towards like passion driven businesses than the money making businesses. I have a lot of friends that have a good backing, good businesses that the family is like running right now, but they still want to get into something that they like. They want to get into, let's say, something that they are passionate about, like, and separate line of businesses, separate line of like work that the family is doing and what they are doing. I have a friend, like he's opening a restaurant, so they have nothing to do with restaurants. They are into like something completely different. They are into the services business. They are not into like the restaurant. They have nothing to do with restaurant. So all of these things, like the new gen wants to, even if they come from an affluent background, they want to do what they're passionate about. They don't want to, they want to, okay, if they want to continue the business, they want to expand to different verticals where they can actually contribute to the business. Like for example, if I want to continue green check chop and I want to basically have a vertical where I'm selling like premium meats, I would I would want to continue in the same line but a different vertical. So that is very important. Like, and if you want to start something new, you should see what industry like excites you. Like whatever industry it is, it can be coffee, it can be a services industry. Like for example, if you start a company where you're developing apps for new age brands, that's also a business, that's a service business. So all of these small businesses start with a little passionate idea that you have. Like for me, I want to, as a project in the long run, I want to have like an athleisure brand because I love sports, I love working out. So I want to start like an athleisure brand in the future because that's, along with this, even that is my passion. So all of these things are very, very important when you're starting a new business. You need to know what your passion, you need to know what you are good at, what you are passionate about, and what excites you. See, when you are passionate about something, it doesn't let you sleep at night. You keep on having these thoughts in your head that, oh, how do I improve this, how do I do this like in a better way, how do I expand this, what all can I do to change what I'm doing. Like you want change, you do not want to sit in one place and just think, okay, it's going well, ab ho gaya. You want change, you want improvements every day. When you're passionate about something, it doesn't end at just like a time where you're sitting and you're doing nothing. You want change.
Finally, Japneet, if you could share in a crisp way your top 3 learnings from building Green Check Chop to more than 100 crore business, how can a 24-year-old today listening to us apply your learnings and build their own business to, let's say, upwards of 100 crores?
See, what I feel is that it takes time. You need to first, like I told you, you need to find your business that you want to build up, and you need to scale in a very strategic way. You need to do it where you're actually making money, where you're actually strategically expanding. Okay, like, because there are people who want to build big things in short time. Like, you can today think that, oh, I can build up a brand doing a sale of 1,000 crores in 10 years. Okay, you may or may not be able to do it, but you should do it in a way where you are employing the right people. You have perfected your business in a way where you know how it should be run, and how it, like, there shouldn't be any loopholes in your business, and you should of course try to do it in a profitable way so that the business sustains. So slowly expanding to revenue, or to a number of outlets, to a number of locations, is very important. Hit small goals. Yeah, you should. So for example, let's say today you have a revenue of 1 lakh rupees, let's say a month. You should have this goal. Okay, I want to have a realistic goal of 25% growth. So 1,25,000 should be the revenue. Basically next month I should do things that will make me reach that goal. So these small goals have to be completed. These small goals over and over and over again have to be completed. And even if you miss, you learn. Okay, you learn, why did I not, like, this year, like for example, you do a sale of 1 crore rupees this year, next year, if not, you're not being able to do, like, let's say 125, you're just being able to do, like, let's say 120. You should know that, oh yeah, I couldn't hit the goal, but I tried my best, and next year I will do these things to basically compensate for the deficit that I had in my goal. So all of these things, like, are very important. It takes time. It takes, like, a lot of patience, and it takes a lot of hard work to build any business, to sustain any business, and to build something that will go on for generations. There are a lot of brands that were very good, like, that were the best in their peak a few years back, but right now, because people expanded too quickly without caring about the profitability, without caring about the finance bit of the business, and they failed. So it's not about, it's not like a 100-meter sprint. Like, it's a marathon. You need to basically, you need to take some time. Like, you need to know what you're doing is right. Like, if you will make mistakes, but your goal should be not repeating those mistakes. You will make mistakes in this marathon. Maybe in the first year, you're able to run like 100 meters. Second year, you're able to run 200, then 400, and then like half marathon, then like a full marathon. So you should know that it takes time. It's not easy. All these stories on social media are not like something that happened in like 6 months or like 1 year. It took them time. All these big companies, big corporations, publicly listed companies, it takes a generation to build a very, very successful business. Like, it takes 35, 40, 45, 50 years to build successful businesses. It's not like it'll take you 1 year and you can build up a business, because taking the right decisions at the right time with the right team and with the right mindset is very important to build a good, growing, profitable business. If you think that, okay, today I can in 2 years become like a multi-millionaire, with that goal you're starting a business, you will either like make mistakes because you're doing something too aggressively. You're not finding what's the right market for your product. You're not finding what's the right what do you call product. You're just trying to sell. Okay, you are using your money to basically scale. You are not perfecting your product. You are not finding the right market for your product. You're not basically trying to market your product right. You're just trying to find sales. Like I said, your purchase, your R&D and your strategy is more important than the sale. Today, there are companies that might be able to sell chicken at a lower price than I sell it at. But there are not going to be the companies that are going to make the chicken of that quality reach the customer in this much time. Like for instance, the chicken that is sold to anyone at my outlets is like is taken from the farm 2 days before it reaches the customer. So the journey from farm to fork is not more than 2 days, because I supply to each and every outlet every day. So you need to perfect your distribution, you need to perfect your product, you need to find the right market for your product, you need to know how much how much you can contribute to making the product better and better and better. So that is very important. If you find a product and you think, oh yeah, today I should spend crazily or heavily on marketing and sell that product to the customers, you wouldn't be able to succeed, because you are least interested about the product and you're more interested about the sales. It's not only about the sales. When you perfect your product, when you perfect your strategy, when you have a perfect strategy, you have a perfect product, you know your product market fit, you know your target market, then you will be selling that product, you will get the sales without even spending too much on the marketing of the product. Okay, and you will succeed, and you will see the growth, you will see the product, what do you call, you will see how the product is growing, how the sales are growing, and what products are the customers asking for now. Like, you see brands, you see these new, I've been very interested in these new supplement companies that are coming in, like Man Matters, or what do you call, there's this new company, I'm forgetting the name, they have like these creatine gummies. So they do not have a long range of products, but the products that they are making is they perfected the product. They know what the gap was between the customer and the product that they wanted. They are covering that gap. Like, for example, it wasn't that easy to have these supplements through liquid form, or like through what do you call, through natural processes. So they made a gummy that you just consume that gummy and you get the daily dose of whatever vitamins and minerals that you're planning to that you're planning to supplement. So all of these things are important. You need to find the right product, you need to work on the product, you need to care more about the R&D, the purchase and the packaging of the product than just the sales. You should know what's the latest trend and what market and what gap does the market have that you're trying to fulfill. For example, like today there are companies. So for me, I like to put into words, for me, my goal is to provide the best quality of chicken to each and every customer at the best price. I do not want to have massive profits. I do not want to charge my customers for a delivery. I want to basically have free home delivery for each and every customer that I sell to, at the best price and at the best quality. I do not want to basically aggressively sell to my customers where I'm spending crazily on marketing and increasing the price of my product. I do not want my customer, because my brand is a mass to mass premium brand. So I do not want my customers to pay premium on a product that they like and I know they like, just because I want to basically invest heavily on marketing. So I want the right basically product at the right price to be sold to each and every customer. I do not want to charge for the deliveries. I do not want to crazily charge for a packaging. Like, I want the product to be at a market price where each and every person that is like buying from me, it doesn't pinch them. It doesn't feel, oh, they're buying something expensive. Like, my heat and eat product range is 90% of products in that product range is less than 100 rupees. So I do not want to increase the price. I do not, and the chicken breast I was telling you about, it's 150 to 160 rupees for 250 grams, depending on what the customer, like what flavor the customer likes. So I want to sell to my customers at a right price and the right product that the customer wants. I can today increase the pricing. I can today charge for the deliveries, but then like it's not about only the money. It's mainly about giving the customer the best experience, the best packaging, the top of the line product with the perfect ingredients. I do not want to compromise on the ingredients. I do not want to compromise on the product, and I do not want to compromise on the packaging. I want to have everything top of the line at the right price. The margins shouldn't be insane where my customers are not like, okay, they reduce the purchasing of my product. They should consistently buy my product, not only one generation, all the generations that are in a household, they should buy my product consistently. That is important.
Awesome. On that note, thank you so much, Japneet, for coming here, for sharing your experience. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.